Wow. Look at you.
I'm learning things.
You're learning new stuff every day.
I am.
That's good. Because you're a teacher and you should be able to teach things.
That's right. Right now I'm still making my notes for the show. This is going to be a fun show.
All right. See, all right, y'all want to see this? I love this thing. All right. So here's my little list on a little pad over here. And there's hers on a nice little graph paper.
Yeah, it's grid paper.
You know what graph paper? What are you, a math teacher or something?
Yes. Okay, so before we get started, say hi when you join in, please. We want to see who's here because this is a competition tonight. And I need to know who is on my side.
Man, look at all those crickets out there.
Oh, Henry. Anyway, okay, so I have to show you something. A friend of ours who just always kind of goes out shopping, likes to hit the flea market, not flea markets, but the thrift stores and the antique markets and things like that. Which, by the way, I have found some really cool things, Disney things. That's why I go, is to find Disney stuff. Because obviously, if you just look around, I'm somewhat of a Disney collector, but found these suspenders. And look! They're from Tokyo. I can't. There we go. It's hard to see because of the glare. They're from Tokyo, Disneyland.
Yeah, you're still not getting it. There you go. There you go. Stop there. Just stop right there.
Okay.
You're
there
good.
we go.
All right.
All right. Anyway, but look, this is the back.
I know.
They're awesome.
They're hilarious.
I love them.
I cannot wait to see you wear them.
I don't know. They're definitely made for kids. So I don't know if I'm not kid-sized anymore. Anyway, but yeah, they're pretty cool. But
they're cool.
The reason why I brought those up is because I forgot part of what I'm wearing this evening. I meant to put these on earlier because I wanted to wear my mouse ears today. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, so tonight we have a great show for you. We are having a little bit of a competition over here. On Friday, on the Middle of the Magic Facebook page, we put out a poll for you guys to decide what your chill. See, I think the question was, which thrill gives you the chills?
Yeah, and makes you... Which ride gives you the thrills and chills, make you return
again and again.
Yeah.
So we had a choice between two, and we want you guys to weigh in on that conversation. But before we weigh in on that conversation, I just want to remind you that we have a sponsor who I'm about to throw that logo is going to be right on your head. Here we go. Oh, there! Oh. Middle of the Magic Travel is our sponsor.
How did you do that?
It's magic.
It's like it's from the middle of the magic or something.
But we are, just in case you know, we are DisNerd's Life. My name is Rita.
And I'm Henry.
And we are Disney enthusiasts. We also happen to have, I guess we call ourselves DisNerd's because we like to consider ourselves somewhat nerdy. And I believe that, I say like to consider ourselves somewhat nerdy. We are a little bit.
We are.
Okay. But we are nerds, geeks, and we live in the fandom world. Long before we decided to start DisNerd's, we've been collectors in the geeks.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, some of the knickknacks and stuff we've got, I cannot wait till we actually finish up the studio downstairs so we can actually display, like the TV tray that we've got.
Yeah.
And with old metal TV trays. And... some artwork. I mean, we got some really cool, neat little things. Things like those suspenders that were found for us and given to us. It's just one of those things that we just like to collect and grab, and so.
Yep.
May I have that from you now?
Oh yes, you can.
Okay, good deal. Well, thank you.
Sorry,
so
we're passing back and forth some of the things that we need for this evening. So we are just really huge Disney enthusiasts, but we also. By day have our own jobs, but we are agents with Middle of the Magic Travel. We are concierge travel planners, and we just like to give a shout out to Middle of the Magic Travel. If you are looking to book a vacation, they are the #1 agency to book with. They're an authorized Disney vacation planning company, which means Disney says, hey, we're here to support you because you support us. And if you're looking for an agent to work with you at Middle of the Magic Travel, if we don't seem like your kind of speed, because, hey, we are a little different, There are definitely agents there that we can hook you up with.
All different types of personalities and expertise in the group.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So let's get down to tonight. The question is Space Mountain or Splash Mountain? Right?
Well, we're done.
So he says we're done.
We're done.
So
Space Mountain, we're done. What else there to say?
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So you guys need to weigh in. We want you, even if you're watching this on the replay, we want you to chime in. This is your community. This is our time to be Disney enthusiasts together, and we want to hear what you have to say. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of a showdown here.
Yep.
Henry and I are. But before we do that, we want you guys to share out. Please share out that you are watching tonight. Share
Give me a
this
second.
with all your friends.
I'm working on it.
Oh, you're sharing too?
I'm working on the share.
Okay. I don't have a way to share. I don't have to see my hands are. But we want you to share out. Hello, human people. And of course, we also.
Oh! Breaking stuff today.
We also want you to make sure that you click on those three dots in the top right-hand corner of your page and click on notifications. So every time we go live, you will know it. And again, tonight we are talking about Splash Mountain versus Space Mountain, which one you should choose. I know which one I'm going to choose, and I'm going to prove that it's the best one. And he thinks he's going to prove that it's the best one.
Okay.
Is it yours? There is something really cool, and I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So share out. Say hi to us as you come in. I want to know that you are here to hang out with us and to chat with us. And are you ready?
I'm posting.
Oh, you're posting?
I'm
okay.
posting.
Right.
Continue to post.
I hope everybody's had a good Disney week.
Well, did you have a good Disney week?
Yeah, I've been really busy. There's a lot of people who are wanting to go on vacation.
That's right. You know why that is? Because we're getting back our tax returns right now.
Yes. Yep. Bippity boppity boo.
Boo.
Look what your tax returns can do for you.
Well, that rhymed. I like that. Good job. Was it like spur of the moment, or have you heard that?
No, that's been well thought of.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Anyway, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, Splash Mountain versus Space Mountain. So I choose Splash Mountain.
Well, I thought I chose Space Mountain.
Oh, you're messing with me now. He chose Space Mountain, y'all.
Of course I did.
So who are you gonna side with? Me? Are you going to side with me or are you going to side with him?
Well, we better put out the facts out there first because otherwise they'll just side with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, you're better looking than I am.
Oh, you're so sweet. All right, so let's put some facts out there.
All right.
Number one. Oh, and you know what? Our 14-year-old daughter just walked in the door. I bet she could chime in on this too. Huh? Space Mountain versus Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain?
Yeah.
Sweet. One vote for me.
All right.
One vote. I need to keep a tally of this because I am going to win.
Uh-huh. Sounds good.
All right. So one vote for Splash Mountain. Why? Why Splash Mountain?
Well, it has more history, obviously.
Why does it have more history?
Because Song of the South and what all of that controversy was about. But then you look at Space Mountain is just kind of put out there as a thrilling roller coaster, and Splash Mountain has history and it has a theme, which Space Mountain does have a theme, but Splash Mountain has diversity and
hey, say hi when you guys join us. I don't know if y'all can hear Minnie, but
and songs.
And it has songs.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh no, I give you that. Splash Mountain has songs, but I will tell you the fact that Space Mountain was thought of by Walt. And unfortunately, technology was not around in the 60s for him.
So how was Space Mountain thought up by Walt?
That was one of his ideas. In the early 1960s, he thought it would be fun to have a roller coaster that took you into space.
Okay, so you're saying that
Walt actually thought of Space Mountain to where Walt did not think of Splash Mountain.
How do you know Walt didn't think of Splash Mountain?
Because it was based off a 1983 movie.
Oh, honey, no.
Oh, that's the redo. Yeah, that's the one. It was not thought of. They did not start trying to put it together until 1983. It did not hit Disneyland until.
You talking about the ride?
The ride.
Yeah.
The ride did not hit until 89.
Yeah. Yeah, Splash. Oh, look at this. Heather said Splash Mountain too.
Uh-huh.
But Heather, why do you like Splash Mountain so much? I've got 3 votes. You have none. I love Splash Mountain. So I think one of the number one reasons why I love Splash Mountain, and there are lots of reasons, so I'm just throwing this out there.
Right.
Even though Walt may not have thought of it.
Sure.
It was based off of a movie during Walt's time.
Okay.
Yeah, so Song of the South. Now, Song of the South has a lot of controversy to it, and I understand that. Totally get that. Want to be respectful to that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is based off of an old movie with Brer Bear, Brer Fox, and Brer Rabbit.
Sure.
Which is really good.
I agree with that. I love the music in Splash Mountain.
Okay.
I get that. I do know that up until Shanghai Disneyland came along, Space Mountain was the only ride to be in all 5 parks.
Oh. All 5?
It was in World, Land, Paris, Tokyo, and Hong Kong.
Haunted Mansion is too, isn't it?
I thought Haunted Mansion was missing on one of them.
No, maybe.
Why isn't Haunted Mansion on your list, Mom?
Oh, we're doing a comparison of these two.
Oh, yeah. Heather says that Splash Mountain's better because of the wait line. I have to agree with that. It does have a better wait line.
It does have a better wait line.
Yeah.
For some reason, Space Mountain always has a longer wait line and longer wait times. Maybe more people like it.
No, I think that's because they think that Space Mountain's going to be a big thrill, but it's not a big thrill.
Oh, you don't think it's a big thrill?
No, I don't.
Yeah, there's only like one thrill.
Except for maybe me thinking that my head's going to get chopped off.
Splash Mountain has one thrill.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
No, how many drops are there in Splash Mountain? I think, would you say, in the Magic Kingdom in Disney World, there's 5 drops?
According to the internet, there's 5, but you told me you could only think of 3, so there's clearly not all 5.
I said, let's define what a drop is.
Oh, okay.
Because there is the first drop. One of my favorite things to do on Splash Mountain is when you're on the ride, then when you first get on it and they start kind of taking you up at the very beginning, I like to put my hands up like, whoa, here we go! And then there's just this one little quick drop. So that would be drop number 1. But, it's not very, very thrilling. But it is the first drop. Right, Minnie?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, there's that drop, but there are multiple drops, and one of them, the last one to me, which is a ton of fun, but it's the next to the last one that is the most fun.
I enjoy all the drops except for the last one.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I just can't stomach the last one.
Is it just too much for you?
Yeah, it's about 10 feet too long for me.
Yeah.
So.
But Splash Mountain is better because it has more thrills. It has more drops. And it's also...
And if you get stuck in it, you get a great song stuck in your head, too?
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
isn't that a negative?
Let's be honest, guys. If you got stuck on any ride, would you want to be stuck on Splash Mountain or Space Mountain?
Space Mountain they get me out of pretty quickly. There's stairs beside all of it.
The whole thing?
Just about, yeah.
Oh, I've seen it with the lights on, but I don't know. I think Splash Mountain's better.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, this is merely an opinion based with it.
Oh, well, my opinion's right.
Oh, okay. I see how that is.
All right, so go. I told you why mine's more thrilling.
I'll tell you why mine's just better.
Why?
Because mine was built in 1975 and still rocking it.
Ooh, do you guys know? Do you know where you can see where it's the date? The little nod to the date of when it was built on Space Mountain. There is not a nod. There is a nod to the date. Do you know where it is?
I do not.
You don't?
No.
Oh, you can even see it, I think, I have to remember, on the TTA or the People Mover.
Yeah.
When you come into the People Mover, you get to see it too. It's called Starport 75.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's also several other nods.
Oh, really?
And I wish I wrote them down. I did not write them down when I was doing my research. But there's nods to there's other attractions that have nods to it also.
Oh, I know one.
Which one?
Horizons.
So what was the initials they did on it?
Well...
No, there's sections. There's like ports that are closed or something like that. And the initials that they have are for other attractions. Oh, you're going to make me go look it up now.
Okay.
I still got it on my computer. I know this is horrible. I'm not supposed to walk away from the computer.
Heather says, are you having Are you having a hard time accepting a signing with Rita?
No, I'm really
He says no. He says no. Well, there is a nod in Space Mountain to Horizons, which of course has a huge cult following, which is by far one of my favorite attractions from when I was a child. And it's at the end when you actually are already off of the ride, and there is a suitcase and it says Mesa Verde.
Oh,
yeah.
This was over in Disneyland that has it. In Disneyland, it says Starport 77.
That's
because it was done in 77,
yeah.
75. But it has FL MTWR for Fantasyland Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Oh, okay.
There's TLSK2FL. There's MSU-SB. So that was the Skyway to Fantasyland. There's the Swan Boats. There's Mission to Mars and Mickey Mouse Review.
Oh, that's cool. That's all in Disneyland?
But that's over in Disneyland.
I was going to say,
for a reason.
I didn't see him in Disney World. I thought that I would notice something like that.
Sorry about that. I had to walk away. And no, Heather, I'm not having a hard time accepting it. So, we have to be honest with this real quick. Is that Rita told me we were going to do this part of it, and Henry doesn't ride either one of these rides. So.
Oh, he's ridden Space
I've
Mountain.
ridden them. I have ridden them.
But you've ridden Space Mountain more than once. Right? I thought you've ridden it twice.
I might have ridden it twice.
Yeah, you've ridden it twice.
I've ridden Splash Mountain a couple times also.
Okay. So Henry's just not really a big thrill ride person.
No.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. So.
Honestly, I'm not really. Anyway. I do like the roller coasters. All right.
Here's a quick fun fact for you, though.
Oh, okay, go.
The two tracks in there.
I know what they're called.
Okay, what are they called?
Alpha.
Okay.
And something else.
I think Omega.
Is it really Omega?
I think so. I'm not positive that, though. But my better question for you is, are they the same size?
No, they're not. It's like Alpha and Beta.
Okay, fine then. That's fine.
I don't know. I can't
Are
remember.
they the same size track?
No, one's shorter than the other.
Correct. Alpha is 10 feet longer.
Oh, really?
Yes. So whenever you go on this... That's weird. My computer started talking.
Henry's computer started talking. Okay, so yeah, I knew one of them was longer, but I didn't remember which one it is. That's one of those facts where it's like, yeah, one track is longer, but you don't remember which one it is. So.
Yes, 10 feet longer.
So how fast does Space Mountain go then?
How fast does it go? How fast does it feel like it's going?
No. How fast is it?
28 miles per hour.
28 miles per hour. So that said, those of you who have young children, it does not go that fast.
Correct.
It really doesn't. It just feels faster because...
Have to be, if they're under the age of 7, they have to ride with an adult, and they have to be 44 inches.
I don't remember
42, 44.
I have it written down so I can remember it
yes.
that way. I know that our youngest is not ready to ride it.
Yeah. The one big thing you have to know whenever you're getting ready to ride it is that they do not get to sit beside you. So they have to be ready and able to sit in their own seat without someone else there holding their hands. Which is
why Splash Mountain is better, because you can sit next to your child, and the height requirement is 40 inches, and most 3.5-year-olds, something like that, pushing 4, are going to be able to ride Splash Mountain with you.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
That's one reason why it's better. It just is.
What is it, some kind of family-friendly park or something?
All right, guys, just a reminder, it's Splash Mountain versus Space Mountain. I'm Splash Mountain, Henry is Space Mountain. Who do you choose? Which one do you think is the better attraction?
Yeah, well, I know the last time we were down there, Space Mountain was a better attraction.
Because Splash Mountain was closed?
Yes.
Well, that was the previous time. There was one time, 38 inches. Splash Mountain is, what does Bridget say? Splash Mountain is all the way. Of course, I'm biased. Hubby used to be a CM. Oh, really? How cool is that, Bridget? That's cool. What, so he worked on Splash Mountain back in the day? Interesting. I bet he's got some good stories.
I bet so.
I always like cast member stories.
Oh, by far some of the best.
Yes.
If I'd known that, we could have reached out. He could have been here.
I know.
Defending it, and we could have tried to battle our side instead. So.
That's true. That's true. So, hey, right now, that means I have another person. Listen, honey, it's 4-0.
Okay.
4-0.
I understand that.
Okay,
Yeah, you can't try that.
I'm not gonna try.
Just stop.
Oh, yes, I'm sure he does. I mean, really, there's got to be some crazy things. Wow. I would love to have been a cast member. I think that would be cool. Maybe when we retire, we'll be cast members.
Okay.
Oh, Tracy Mills says Space Mountain for her. It says, my dad had to twist the arm of the attendant to let me run. I was too short to ride. Tracy, that's really cool. Was that when because the first time I ever rode Space Mountain, you actually sat in the lap of the person in front of you. Was that
behind you?
Or yeah, the person behind you. No, that would be really interesting. Tracy, was that what it was like back when you rode it with your dad, since you were too short to ride? I rode it for the first time in, I guess it was 84. I really don't know the year of my first visit, but Suzanne, my cousin, and Suzanne, if you're watching, shout out to you. She sat and I had to sit in her lap, basically.
Because she was
tall
enough,
/ she was taller than me.
Old enough to ride it, and they had a little one on.
No, they just always. That's how the ride vehicle was. You had to sit in somebody else's lap, kind of like over in Astro Orbiter.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
gotcha.
Okay. Oh, Tracy. Yeah, that would have been when you absolutely. That is when you would have sat in his lap. That's pretty cool. That's a throwback. That's back when RCA used to sponsor the ride.
RCA sponsored the ride. Do you know when RCA stopped sponsoring the ride?
No. I mean, listen, a lot of the
93.
things that... Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of the things that you tell me, I know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So
all right. So, you had RCA up until 93.
Mm-hmm.
And in 94, who picked it up?
I don't know. Kraft? Not really.
FedEx.
Okay.
Do you know how long they ran it for?
A year?
10 years. Till 2004.
So do they have a sponsor at all now?
They do not. They have been sponsorless since 2004.
It's interesting. And wear rain ponchos. Okay, I have to say, let me just say something about the rain ponchos and Splash Mountain. When I see people get on Splash Mountain with rain ponchos on, I just tend to giggle because honestly, you don't get real wet on that attraction.
You don't now.
Did you used to be?
So the first ride vehicle for it, they had to go back and redesign it because the first couple test runs, they had some of the company executives getting on it and stuff, and they were getting off soaked.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's one thing I don't know.
You know, they had to do that part of it. And in fact, how about this? There are 3 Splash Mountains. Okay.
You mean in the world?
There's in the Disney parks.
Okay.
There is World, Land, and Tokyo.
Okay.
Okay.
Where the suspenders came from.
Where the suspenders came from.
Where are my suspenders?
Your suspenders are
Those of you who have joined, I now have suspenders from Tokyo.
We're sure going to have Mickey Mouse jumping on her back here soon. Imagine that.
Tracy, if you're still watching, I feel like these will be brought out at some point at school.
But Disney World was the very last one to open up.
Oh, really?
Yep. By one day.
By one day?
Yeah, Tokyo opened up on October 1st, 1992, and World opened up October 2nd, 92.
I think, I like to compare attractions from park to park.
Yes.
And I think that Splash Mountain, honestly, in both the parks are great. Equally great.
They are. They are drastically different.
Drastically?
I won't say drastically. They are different. Each of them have different amount of technical drops on them.
Okay.
And they're all several hundred feet difference in length. Now, granted, some of that may be just that end part of it when it loops around, stuff like that. But
now, I will say this. Tracy says she can't wait to see the suspenders. I did get more wet in Disneyland.
Gotcha.
There was a lot more water. We were a little bit shocked at how wet we got. And I think that's because we were so used to Disney World. Because really, you don't. There's the only time that you truly get wet at Disney World, and it's by chance, is right before you're getting ready to go up the hill, not for the big drop, but it's kind of at the beginning of the attraction. And all the other ride vehicles are dropping kind of beside you.
Yes.
And so it makes a splash, and of course there's some kind of mechanism that makes the water go. And if you time it or if it's timed, not you, but if it's timed just right and you're in the right spot, that ends up on you.
You gave a better reason why to ride Space Mountain then, so you don't get wet.
Oh, so you don't get wet?
So you don't get wet.
But then again, when it's really hot outside, it's better to ride Splash Mountain, so you do get wet.
But then your clothes.
Oh, I just got another reason too. I got another reason.
Oh, really?
Because part of it is outside.
Okay.
Well, I agree, Bridget, by the way. Bridget says that the Disney World version is better because you get to sit with somebody. And I love that I get to sit with my daughter when I ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. At night.
Speaking of your daughter, I think I hear pitter-patters.
We hear the pitter-patters of a toddler. At night, when you ride Splash Mountain, you get a really pretty view. You do. It's really nice. Yeah.
Do you know that Space Mountain was the first ever fully indoor roller coaster in the world?
No, I did not know that.
It also was the very first roller coaster ever fully controlled by computers.
Oh, see, I'm learning all kinds of things.
See, Disney is innovating. Walt thought of this amazing attraction that he wanted for everyone to love, and
so that makes yours better.
It does. Walt loved it.
So everyone loves it.
If Walt loves it, everyone loves it,
including you.
I love it. I will say that since Seven Dwarfs came out,
you like it a little bit better.
It's smoother.
Yeah, oh well, yeah.
If you would make Space Mountain as smooth as Seven Dwarfs, there's not a roller coaster out there then. Because the great thing with Space Mountain is as you're riding along, being in the dark, and you see some lights and stuff like that off on the sides, but you're in the dark, and everything else you can look at, you can prepare for it. Like you're talking about on Splash Mountain, where you get ready to go over with the ride, you're like, yeah! And there was no actual drop after that, and you knew that. But in Space Mountain, you don't know that part of it. So you're riding along, and it's, am I going to go up, down, left, or right?
And getting my head chopped off.
Your head's not going to get chopped off unless you're like 10 foot tall and you're not. So we're fine.
Okay, you're right. You're totally right.
There's been no one's had their heads chopped off, although there was a set of parents that snuck their toddler on the ride in a duffel bag. Well, let me rephrase that. According to the internet.
That's hashtag fake news.
I don't think so. I think it's called hashtag crazy parents.
They put their toddler in a duffel bag?
Yeah, maybe an infant toddler, something like that. My guess is, here's my guess, completely with it.
Sorry, that's hilarious. It's not. That is not. Anyway. So Bridget says, my husband says it's funny watching people jump off the ride before the final drop. Now you can't do that. They have a bar installed.
Yep.
Wow. I can't. Why would you jump? Oh, wow. That's crazy.
At least they're jumping off like before the final drop and not during the final drop. Now, the interesting thing is the bar was installed in Disney World. It has not been installed in Disneyland yet.
Well, I can't remember what kind of restraints we have in Disney.
It may have been actually a belt at that point.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
And then Tokyo has individual bars. Even though you sit side by side, you still have individual bars, which changes the height for Tokyo to 35 inches.
See, that's really cool.
So
Amelia's ready. Amelia's ready.
Yes, I'm on where we got down there. Let me tell you something, folks. Just as a little tip, if you have a toddler going, measure those heights out. And even though it says 40 or 38 or 42 or whichever ride you're getting on, give it a half inch, because we found one of the rides we walked up to and she stood just straight enough to be able to get in on that one.
And then
whenever we got lit again, and she didn't stand quite straight, they said, "We're sorry, you can't ride." So
it was pretty devastating
for the 3-year-old and for everyone around.
For mommy too. Yeah, honestly,
yeah,
it was pretty
everyone
devastating.
around.
Yeah,
I think the cast member was kind of devastated too.
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm so sorry. It's the rules." I'm like, "Really?" She measured high enough for the other one, and they're like, "No." I should have been like Tracy's dad and just twisted the cast member's arm back then. Been like, "Listen, she's riding."
Hey, listen. I'm just saying, snow boots. That's all I'm saying, guys. Snow boots.
You could put her in high heels.
Snow boots.
A 3-year-old walking in high heels.
As I sat outside of Star Tours while everybody else was riding, and I know we're not talking about Star Tours, and I watched kids the same age as mine walk by me in snow boots. telling you.
Yeah, you thought I was silly when I suggested that. So, all right.
Well, being the funny, overprotective mother, I was like, my child's not walking around in snow boots at Disney World. Okay, so here's another reason why Splash Mountain is better. Hidden Mickey. Are there any hidden Mickeys in Space Mountain?
Yeah, there's like 20 of them. You just can't find them.
Because
it's dark.
Are you making that up?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, I know. Well, you know.
We do it on Space Mountain, too.
We do. Okay.
We know where it's at.
Yeah, so Bridget says that you can plan a really cool pose on Splash Mountain. I think you can plan a little bit better on Splash Mountain than you can on Space Mountain. But we
because it's just slower and it's right there, and you can definitely plan it to where on Space Mountain it's coming around with curves, and if you're not like in position, you'll get jerked around a little bit, and also you try to repose. But we have a great picture of our oldest daughter and her aunt,
Shelly.
Yeah, Shelly. Who else is on in that one?
They pretend like they're asleep.
Yeah, they pretend like they're asleep.
That would be me.
Were you on there also? I can't remember if you were.
Yeah, except I don't look like I'm asleep. They look like they're asleep, sleeping little angels. I look like I'm dead. Splash Mountain, all you have to do is Google Splash Mountain photos. People go to quite the lengths to come up with some really cool poses for Splash Mountain photos.
I agree with that.
So, yeah, I've seen one where there was like a proposal.
No way, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I've seen them like where they're playing ping pong, where they're reading the paper. And the one time I was on the ride, and the family behind me, they all had kazoos, and they were planning their picture with kazoos. My mother-in-law, your mom, she acted like she was strangling me, and I acted like I was trying to strangle Minnie in front of us, our oldest daughter. So, and
our oldest daughter just wasn't paying attention to them. Just like.
So, you can have a lot of fun with the pictures on Splash Mountain. Yeah. I think people bring in props. I don't think you could bring in props on Space Mountain.
No, probably not.
Because the drop down is pretty smooth.
That is true. So I agree with that.
All right, but there is a hidden Mickey, at least so I've been told, and I'm sure there are more, but the one that I'm speaking of specifically, and maybe it's a myth, but the hidden Mickey that you can see the silhouette of Mickey as you're going up the incline of the biggest drop.
It's not a myth.
It's not a myth.
No,
okay.
It's not a myth. I saw it.
All right. Well, anyway, so you can actually see like the profile of Mickey Mouse's face, his nose and his mouth and all that kind of stuff. So there are hidden Mickeys. There's things to look for inside of a Splash Mountain. What?
Nothing. I really don't have a really good argument with all of this part of it. I mean, I enjoy the great thing with this is both of them are amazing rides.
Yeah, and I think that's probably where we should leave off. Is they are both 100% amazing rides. They both are very popular. They both get long wait times. They both take some planning if you're going to ride them. As far as when you're going to make sure that you, at least to keep from having to wait a long time.
Correct.
So you definitely got to go in with a plan, but that's the point of having a travel planner.
Yeah. They've. I don't know. I was going to say they're both extremely good. So party of three. As this is great. We both saw something come up. We go, oh, hold on a second. Our eyes are going bad. Let's get a little closer to the computer. Oh, wait, that's a bad video shot. Okay.
Normally, you would think 2 in each row. However, one of our trips on Splash, my husband had to squeeze in with him. Wait, we had a party. Oh. Yeah, you can put 3 in a row, but boy, it does get tight. Unless you have a child.
I was going to say, unless that third person is like under 100 pounds. No.
Minnie's ridden with me with other people on the row.
Sure.
When she was little bitty.
When she was younger.
She's little bitty. She's still little bitty, but she's tall. She's little bitty and tall. All right, well, that's it. I think Splash Mountain has won.
As of right now, Splash Mountain's in the lead at a 4-1 rate.
Yep, 4-1. Tracy, thank you for supporting Henry.
But we will point out the fact that poll was put up on Friday. It was on a 5-day, I think. Yep. I think we've got, so that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There's still 2 more days. So, folks, go over there and vote which way that you agree. Obviously, there's a lot of y'all here that have said Splash Mountain, but we would like to see maybe all of my Space Mountain fans are just being quiet, or maybe they weren't able to watch tonight. They're going to watch it on replay tonight,
That's right.
and we'll catch
And
on.
we'll make sure we go put the link over to the travel agency website,
over to the
post
the
or whatever
poll,
and that way you guys can vote. So I guess we do have a few days left.
Yeah.
And I think actually around the poll, Space Mountain might be winning.
All right, see,
I can't remember.
I think it was just, if it had been the other way around and you'd been talking about Space Mountain, I was talking about Splash, it would probably be the same way, So.
Oh, thank you, Bridget. Blessings to you too. We love, love, love when you guys come on here and talk to us. Please share out. Let people know that we are out there. We are just Disney fans wanting to feel, have some fun with the rest of the Disney nerds out there. The DisNerd's. Because this is a DisNerd's life. It is.
It's not just our life, it's everyone's life.
That's right.
A bunch of Disney fans, Disney nerds.
Absolutely. So we will be back next week. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Middle of the Magic Travel, who helped make this show possible. We are so grateful for their support, and we would like for you to support them also by booking your vacation through them. Right now, of course, it is tax season, so like we like to say, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, look what your tax returns can do for you. And head on over to Middle of the Magic Travel and book your vacation with them. But with that said, we will be back next week at 8:30.
We'll be here next Thursday. Yes.
8:30.
Walt Disney World time?
Yes. And I don't remember what the topic is. I have it written down. I write things down so I don't have to keep them in my brain.
She has my name written down somewhere.
Oh, you're funny.
That's right. All right, folks. Well, we appreciate it, and we'll see you all next